This
Oh my,
call is
wow, we
being
had
recorded.
had an epic call. And I want to also just say happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Happy MLK Day, actually, today. I know it's the day we celebrate his official birthday. So I know many of you might be on holiday, okay? A lot of things happening today. You know, we had the pleasure of waking up here in some warm weather. And for those of you in Chicago, I know you can appreciate that, but there's a frost happening everywhere. I know I was looking at West Virginia. I mean, all the places that are getting snow right now. I mean, and it's like negative degrees in many parts of the country. So stay warm. I'll be heading back to Chicago later this evening. So I'll be back in the office on Tuesday. But again, just everyone on the line, thank you so much for joining this morning. I want to say welcome, 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 and an official good morning, good morning, good morning. And I always, Kathy, really want to give it back to you because you are so modest, so humble. I mean, Kathy not only is one of our Emerald directors, our VP of finance, and absolutely there every step of the way, helping us to take things to that next level. Thank you for not only being a phenomenal business partner and an amazing corporate executive, but just such a dear friend. Just love you and appreciate you so much. And so, in honor of Dr. King, I wanted to, pull a quote and just share that with you today. And one that really resonated with me is a quote he shared: "Faith is taking the first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase." And that quote just hit my heart this morning. And here's the thing, guys. So many people, and I understand, are so concerned right now with what's happening, here in this country. So many people are concerned about what's happening in the White House. But this is the time that we really have to get it right in our house, okay? Do you know that as we look at this being 1/20/25, do you know that we are 90 days away, okay? 90 days away from celebrating 6 years in business, okay? And we know that Akana means in the hands of God. And we know our mission is we believe that health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. In fact, I also want to give a shout out as I'm talking about our vision and mission, to Bernadine Kirkland, also Gigi Harris. I know both of our phenomenal diamonds. They're on flights as we speak. So safe travels to them as they head back to, I know in Gigi's case, very cold weather. So safe travel mercies. Also, too, I want to acknowledge all of our diamonds. I know, really, you really wanted to be here. Terry Anderson, Beverly, just appreciate you three so much. Wish you could have been here with us as we had this epic time together, masterminding here in Miami, okay? And so just want to acknowledge again our phenomenal diamonds for many of them being here, okay? And so I'm going to also kind of lead with the message, okay? The message is sometimes the breakdown, right, is what you need to get to your breakthrough, right? Sometimes we look at the breakdown and many times we don't understand, what's going on, what's happening. They always say that in life, sometimes in order for you to knock it out the park, you got to step back one, you got to step back two, okay? And so to get to that breakthrough, sometimes you have to feel the pain of the breakdown. And we all want the breakthrough. We want to celebrate, right? We want things to always be great. But it's really through the moments in which things aren't perfect that you actually learn the most. And one of the reasons, we made a decision, to come to Miami. Again, in life, success is about not only being at the right place at the right time, but it's really when opportunity meets preparation. It's something you have to be preparing for. And we've spent the last 6 years, okay, preparing for this very moment in which we're at right now. We talk about billion-dollar big. We talk about impacting over 1 million families, right, within a very short time frame. Well, let me just say this. We know that a lot of what we needed to do to take things to the next level was to work on logistics, to work on manufacturing, to work on every single component of our business. And then oftentimes, in order to do that, you've got to look historically at what other companies have done. And so one of the exciting announcements that I want to make this morning is this. There's a gentleman, very, very influential. He actually owned, dozens and dozens and dozens of network marketing companies. He does logistics, manufacturing. And one of the things we've learned is, wow, sometimes there's these trade secrets that they don't talk to you about, right? It's something for that private boardroom. They don't tell you that, do you know that this company right here that you might not realize, they were doing about 50, 60,000 a month. It went to a couple 100,000 a month. But how they went international, how they expanded into 30, 40 countries is they leverage the same person, right? So just imagine this. You're looking at the top 100 companies in the world, and all of a sudden you're seeing, wow, there's some of them that are doing hundreds of millions of dollars. And what if those companies had one person in common, different companies, but one person in common that was handling logistics, that was handling manufacturing, that was handling so many components? Because guess what? They have warehouses in 4 continents. I want you to think about that for a second. They have some of the warehouses here in this country that has literally, we're talking about 800,000 square foot of space. And that's just in one of their major warehouses. And so I want you to wrap your head around that for a moment, right? Because we've been preparing. We've been understanding, all of the different nuances of network marketing. We built a business from scratch, right? We built a business from the humble beginnings of having nothing, right? And it becoming something that's already, we're talking about going $20 million strong. So imagine when you now get invited into a boardroom, and inside of that boardroom, the trade secrets are revealed, right? You're learning, and I'm not going to name the companies, but if I named them, every single one of you know these companies. And imagine the one person that holds the key, the one person that can say, are you ready for Europe? Are you ready for Australia? Are you ready for Canada? Can help you flip that script, right? Help you go ahead and flip the page, right? To make that move and do it in record time. Because again, life is not just about all the preparation you do. Sometimes in life, there's got to be a little bit of luck. Sometimes there's got to be a little bit of favor. And that's the formula. And at the end of the day, when you stay faithful, when you stay steadfast, when you know that you're on a mission so much bigger than you, bigger than any one person, when you know that every day we have to show up. Because if we don't show up, guess what? Someone's life is depending on you showing up. Think about some of the testimonials who people today have a better quality of life, have loved ones who actually are here right now because of a decision you made that helped influence someone to do a 7-day cleanse, a 21-day cleanse. So we know that we have a product, right? We know that we have multiple products. We know that we have a company. We know that we have a community of people that literally are in the business of helping people to live their highest quality of life. We know that's a game changer. We know that it's a formula for $1 billion big, but we also know that sometimes that door of favor has to open up, right? We know that when the breakdown happens, we know the breakthrough also comes. And here's what's exciting about the moment in which we're in right now. I want you to imagine right now over the next 120 days. Now, the first 30 days, it's going to be a special level of focus, right? A focus like you've never seen before. I cannot wait until our next certification in February. We are going to blow you away with some of the items you're going to be able to do over these next 90 to 120 days. We're going to talk to you about the power of social media and influencers. I mean, when you think about it, here we are. We're a collective group, okay? On this line right now, people from all across this country, but we're a collective group. So can you imagine when you think about companies like TikTok? I mean, TikTok shut down, and guess what happened? I mean, people around this country were going crazy. Some people were literally losing their mind because guess what? There are people who are what they call influencers, and these influencers on vehicles like TikTok are being paid millions of dollars. There was a gentleman who literally in one day sold $1.7 billion of lipstick. And so in the last couple of years, just imagine this, right? This whole influencer model, think about 5 years ago, right? There was not an influencer model of this scale. I mean, we're talking about an industry called influencers that have came out of really nowhere, okay? And now over the last few years, influencers are becoming some of the highest paid people in the world. And here's what's exciting. If you have at least 1,000 people, right, up to about 10,000 people, even though you might not be considered what they call a mega or super influencer, guess what? You're an influencer. And what's exciting is, imagine as an influencer, we can also teach you, some of the items that you should be doing on a daily basis, not just to attract people liking your post, commenting on your post, but to attract people who want to start to engage with what you're doing on a business level, start to engage with what you're doing on a product level. And so it really takes understanding the profession in which you're in. See, we're not just in the business now of network marketing. Network marketing really will be a term of the past, because you're going to hear so much about what we're in the social selling business. How many times have you heard this over and over and over? And yes, we can still do the belly to belly. Yes, we can still do some of the parties we do, the home parties, right? I mean, that's fine. That's amazing, because mixing that high touch is relative to building culture. But we're talking about the high tech part of this. We're talking about the social part of this, where you have these influencers who literally just take whatever product they want to focus on. They learn the skill of what to share on a daily basis. They learn the skill of the type of videos to do. And guess what? Before long, they're attracting tens of thousands, and then some of them millions and millions of followers. Some of these influencers have more followers than major celebrities and athletes. I mean, it is powerful, but guess what? Here's what's even more exciting. We say all the time that life is unfair to those who are unaware. We know right now many people are feeling the pain of that, even in crypto, right? We've talked about things like XRP for how long, right? And so it's exciting to know that there's an opportunity, but there's also people that get left behind. And so what's exciting is you're in a position today in which you're going to be eyes wide open, because again, you might have been struggling in your business, and maybe the people around you haven't paid attention. But if you're willing to be coachable, if you're willing to be teachable, we know that we have the best system, right? We have the products that are so life-changing. And so all it takes is us helping you. And guess what? It's going to take this to the next level, especially when you're talking about the key to actually opening up the world, the key to going international and aligning ourselves, just like companies right now that are already doing billions, that are already doing hundreds of millions, that now that we know the trade secret, right now that we know the major partner, and that partner now is not only in conversation with us, but some of our diamonds, I'm not going to say names just yet, but will be at their huge manufacturing facility doing a tour as we talk about the next part of the strategy and implementation, as we talk about this 120-day run to full momentum. We talked about the vision again of 1 million families, but let me tell you something, folks. Our blood type test, our starter kit, it is something revolutionary. It is something the world hasn't seen. We're bringing a solution to a problem that has an open rate of 98.5% of people in this country as potential prospects. And we talk about if we just got 1.5% of that, that would be over 5 million people. And if an influencer, right, can learn skills and sell $1.7 billion on TikTok in a day, what do you think we can do collectively as a group when we understand the power of how we take this to that next level? So what I want you to do, I want you to start preparing yourself for this 120-day run. We're going to have some phenomenal training and conversations around this. I want you to also understand that it's also going to be about you learning some new skill sets, right? Because the bottom line for us to go to the next level, we've got to learn some new skill sets. And it's also going to be about setting some big goals. So super excited for this next 120 days. More to come. We've got some video footage. I will be dropping some reels online. There will be more details given. We're going to have some meetings first with our top leaders. But folks, this is the moment we have been waiting for. I know that every time in any business we went to the next level, it was that one thing that happened, and it was exciting as I'm listening to, some of these stories as he was sharing with me. One of the big executives was saying, listen, if you look at any of these companies out there in the space of network marketing, he says they all have the same stories. Many of, especially the ones that survived, okay? The ones that survived. He talked about how in one business, they had, literally they were struggling to do the $30,000 to $60,000 a month. That was stuff that could literally take them out, okay, right? But just through the power of understanding to stay focused, through the power of understanding persistence, to having a conviction that what you have is revolutionary. What we have is going to change the world. By staying focused and by really also focusing on the power of what was happening with social media and the influencer model, they took their network marketing company to tens of millions of dollars a month, over $250 million per year. They average 4 years in a row. Again, folks, when you understand the jump from $30,000 to $60,000 a month. Now, here's the crazy part, guys. We as a company, we've already had $800,000 month. We've already had $1 million month, okay? As I've said many times, the one thing we lacked, okay, was funding, right? These are companies that, again, working with tens of millions of dollars, had the resources to make some pivots. But what's exciting is when you're given the key, you're giving access to the source, right, who's making a lot of this happen for the industry, right? For the companies you're out there watching and you're like, wow, look at what, but guess what? There's one person they have in common. And this person, again, is the key to them opening all around the world. And it was when they started opening in Europe, when they started opening in these other major countries, is where they took that company from doing the basic, sometimes 30, 60, 100,000 a month. In our case, guys, we've done as much as $1 million. So imagine when we have 30 countries around the world, we're hitting $1 million, okay? That's 30 million. And with our blood type kit, what's so special about that, okay? We're going to also take that product, okay, and really take it to the next level. We're going to build such an experience because when we understand how most people aren't understanding their blood type, they don't know what to do with it, even if they know it. And the doctors try to tell them things like, you don't need to know that, when they try to ask for their kids' blood type, is what the story we heard from a few of them. It was like, you don't need that. So they were denied the opportunity to get the blood types of their kids from their own doctors. So we know that this is a giant well of an opportunity. We know that when you don't just start a business, but you find a problem and you bring that solution to the problem, right? That's how you create $1 billion big. And so when we really look at it, yeah, all of our products are phenomenal, but a lot of our products, guess what? Other companies have as well. We just know, there's things like our pain cream, right? Our flat belly cleanse that are unreplicated. There's nothing like those in the industry. So those by itself are phenomenal, life-changing products. We know we're the first to bring the blood type solutions as it relates to our fuel meal replacements, even our coffee, okay? But now imagine the focus now. Imagine that over the next 120 days, we're going to take that blood type starter kit and just imagine when it's in front of just 1,000 people, right? That's 50,000, but imagine when just 1 million people make a decision to understand their blood type. No, that's $50 million of revenue flowing through our company, which means it's flowing through each and every one of you. And that's the power of what will happen over the next 120 days as we march towards full momentum with the partnership of companies right? That literally are the reason why these companies are making it to hundreds of millions of dollars, because they're taking the financial burden and the pressure of figuring out international off their plate. And now you're able to leverage the power of their partnership and connection, guys. So this is huge. This is one of those moments we've been praying for, okay? And we are super, super excited to be here first to share it with each and every one of you, and to tell you to stay tuned. Be grateful and thankful that you have put yourself in position, right? You have your phenomenal distributorship here, because we know as this company rises, we know that as our top leaders rise, we know that as our pearls rise, we know that as our newest people who just came in, start to hit ranks that have never been hit so fast. We know that all of that activity will fuel the activity and to fuel the success for each and every one of you. Because remember, you are founding members, right? Remember, you are Black card holders. So remember that as Gigi runs, as Bernadine runs, as Terry runs, as Willie Mooney runs, as Beverly Blair runs, right? As our diamonds run, our emeralds run, all of that will benefit you, whether you recruited them or not. So be thankful, be grateful that you put yourself, you put your family in position, that despite what's happening right now in the White House, guess what? You have put your family in position to say, we are controlling what's going on in our house, okay? So speaking of what's going on in our house, I also wanted to share, we have Valentine's Day packages that go on the site today for you to buy in time to get that in plenty of time. I know on Saturday they had an amazing infusing event, but we have some new products that are coming out just in time for Valentine's Day. So we have some chocolate that's infused with THCA. We have our lube special, and this is a 2-ounce spray, and it is phenomenal. Pure ingredients. The difference with it's the hemp oil, it's the THCA, and the MCT coconut oil. So very just pure organic ingredients. But what's exciting, it has the THCA, okay? And so this is going to be an incredible limited edition pack, okay? It's really limited to the first 100 people, and it's over. So when we launch that, we will send some blast out. Make sure you snatch one of those up. And we also have these phenomenal suppositories. I know Dr. Betty and Dr. Yakim have talked about that. These are also infused with THCA. Each one has 25 milligrams. Our 2-ounce lube has 300 milligrams. Our chocolate bars have 100 milligrams. So we are super, again, excited. There's some events that will happen around Valentine's Day. I know on February the 8th, mark your calendar, we're having a Galentine's Day. Okay, so super excited about that. On the 14th, which is on a Friday, Team Contagious, I know Gerald West, had an idea to have a big party for Valentine's Day. So we came up with something, and it's going to just blow your mind. It's limited, okay? So if you really want to participate, only 30 people can participate. So it's going to be really the first 15 couples that make a decision. Not only is our massage team there, but we have this special where you, as a man, will have a chance to learn how to really pamper your wife. They're going to teach you the art of the scalp massage and the hand massage and the foot massage. So we're going to have some interactive demos. And then the women, you're going to have a chance to give your king, some phenomenal treatment, because they're going to show you how to relieve the stress and the tension from the shoulders, the back. I mean, it's going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. And then everyone there will experience a couples massage. We are going to have a phenomenal selection of seafood, your choice of even red meat for those who want that, or guess what, vegan options. Yeah, yum, yum. And so that will happen again and that's for the Love Affair happening on February the 14th. It's going to go on from 6 all the way to midnight. And it's going to just be, again, so much fun. The Galentine's Day event, again, February the 8th. And it's going to be all things pink and red. I mean, ladies, oh my goodness, get your girlfriends. This is going to be a great time for women to just de-stress. And it's the day before the Super Bowl. We know that's the holiday for many people. I'm not going to just say men, because some women, they love it just as much, right? But on February the 8th, we're going to relax and unwind and have so much fun. So those flyers will be dropping this Thursday. I know Team Contagious is hosting an event with the powerhouse Pierre Mason, real estate broker. If you've heard of Michelle Renee, the Crypto Guru, if you're in Chicago, you're going to want to be there. They're going to be talking all things business. all things finance, taking our lives to that next level. Also, too, I want to not only remind you of that, but this weekend on January 25th, we do have a spa event. I think there may be some tickets, but I know that one's getting pretty sold out from 2 to 6. That's going to be awesome and amazing. And with that being said, before I close it out, I know we have just a couple minutes left. And Kathy, I know you're sitting next door in your room, right? So I don't know if there's any closing remarks you want to make. I know you have been here. You've witnessed the excitement from Bernadine, the excitement from Gigi, and just your own excitement of really having that invitation to be at the table where the billion-dollar companies talk, right? On that level, and just to feel your energy and where you know we are growing and going over the next 120 days.
Boy, oh boy. Guys, if you're within the sound of my voice, just know that you're listening to a woman of 60 years old who's been in the industry for 19 years, and I've never been invited to a seat at the table at a table like this. So picture this, guys, a room of less than 40 people in a penthouse overlooking Miami. Oh, excuse me. I don't mean just any penthouse. I'm talking about the whole floor of a building. Gorgeous place, but masterminding with people from all over the world. I met people from Germany and Australia and from Argentina and all over this country with one thing in mind, is to really take hold of the next wave of how network marketing is run. And to be in a room with that small number of people tells you so many clues, because these are people that have helped billion-dollar companies soar. And to have our little itty bitty company, little Akana, and to be in there and listen to the ideas that are changing the world now, guys, strap on, hold on, and get ready for the next 120 days. Because I'm telling you, this knowledge, the conversations, the mastermind, the attitude set, all of that is so necessary, so needed, such a blessing that, I mean, I'm just full. Okay. So just know that you made the right decision to hitch your wagon to this train. Okay. Because it's just a phenomenal thing, Melissa. I can't say more. I know I have to keep things kind of, to myself, but I'm telling you guys, this is just exciting. I'm excited to be able to share with you what we can share on our next certification. So just hold on tight, be vigilant, get ready, so you'll be ready. All right. Melissa, that's all I can say.
Nancy, yes, yes, yes. And I'm sure all of you got that visual. I mean, oh my goodness. And we do have the epic pictures, so I can't wait to share those with each and every one of you. And what was also exciting is when you meet people who are CEOs of billion-dollar companies, guys, guess what? They don't know their blood type. Out of 3 of them, only one of them knew their blood type. And so guess what we did? We did blood type testing. That blows them away. So can you imagine how we have something that the only challenge is we just haven't got it in front of enough people? So imagine when what we're doing is being exposed to millions of people, it will drive this company, it will drive you, it will drive your families straight into legacy. And that legacy is billion-dollar big, guys. And so with that being said, I know many of you might be jumping on our rebounding that's happening right now. I'm at 2:30 p.m. Let's make sure we save our strands with our trichologist. Tomorrow, let's make sure we wake up to the Diamond Factory. And with that being said, I want each and every one of you to have an Akana day, because we're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top.